So as they're packing up their stuff, they're to their car. I'm right there on the corner. I'm just about to step off to go to my car. Like I'm like, my car's right across the street. I hear a truck, black truck. I look immediately. Boom! All four doors of the truck pop out in sync. They popped out in sync, man. Ski mask. And real quick, if you're not familiar with the area, this is Florida Avenue. This is U Street. This is a very busy street. So this was indeed shocking. Whereas though I was shocked for like 3 seconds. Ski mask. They had the guns, and they telling me, the vendor, and the vendor had a friend with him, and the vendor had a bodyguard with him. They telling everybody to get on the ground, right? So I'm just observing. Right? It takes me a second, you know, to kind of snap out of it and to make a decision. I knew I had to make one fast, but I'm just visualizing, you know, paying attention to everything. Everything is slow motion. I see their bodyguard that they hired up the street, ran up the street. True story, man. I never forget that, you know. And I see the other guys, they pretty much like tossed their stuff. You know, they pretty much tossed their stuff, but they were still being pursued. Like, their guns were still on them. And I had one particular youngin', he had his gun on me. He said, man, you think I'm playing? You better get your ass on the ground. I'll never forget it. I don't know these youngins. I don't know if he's bluffing. I don't know what he's capable of. I don't know how dangerous he is. I'm not gonna put myself in a position where I could possibly, you know, lose my life, right? I'm not gonna comply to become a victim. And that was just my mindset. It's not about being brave. It's not about, you know, trying to save the day. It wasn't about that. It was an instinct that set off inside of me, like a fight or flight. Because I wasn't getting on the ground. If I would have ran, I could potentially got shot in the back. Some people comply, get on the ground, get all their stuff taken, and still get popped. So the only option was to eliminate the threat.
In the heart of the District of Columbia, a man named Mark Manley, also known to the social media world as Mark Choppa.
Big Choppa, man. Y'all stay dangerous. Nigga run up on you. You better have that thing on you, man. Big dog shit. Like I was with my shorty in my city. High low date, but I still had it with me. Had a 9 milli. I was holding 50. Had a cup of Henny. We was getting tipsy. Black truck pulled up. Shit was looking nippy. Niggas hopped out, so I had to get busy. One pop, two pop. Hit him like Tupac. One drop, two gone. Other niggas shoes off. Told my mama I had to shoot him. Told the judge I had to do it. Told my lawyer it was self-defense, but I talked to God, but he knew I'd do it. Told my mama I had to shoot him. Told the judge I had to do it. Told my lawyer it was self-defense, I'd talked to God, but he knew I'd do it.
Began his journey in the world of security at the tender age of 16. As soon as he was legally able, he dove headfirst into the nightlife, securing clubs and their patrons. This ambitious young man quickly saw an opportunity to turn his skills into a business. By the time he was 29, in the fall of 2018, he had built a small empire with 8 full-time employees and 5 more on call. The pop-up events they served were lucrative and initially safe, with law enforcement officers greeting them at the door and a paycheck nearly twice the size of a typical night at a club. These events seemed like the perfect opportunity. However, this sense of ease and safety was not to last. As police raids and robberies began to increase, so did Mark Choppa's anxiety. He found himself in a precarious position, risking his safety and the safety of his crew, all to provide for his family. To ensure their protection, he made the difficult decision to carry a firearm. On a fateful night, November 14th, a date etched into Mark Choppa's memory as his fiance's birthday, everything spiraled out of control. His crew was working a big pop-up event at Healthy Vapes on Florida Avenue in Northwest. With the intention of making a brief appearance before heading home to his partner, Mark Choppa decided to check the perimeter. As he reached the corner of Florida and 8th, chaos erupted. 4 masked men hopped out of a car, brandishing firearms and causing pandemonium. In the ensuing chaos, one of the masked men, Javon Smith, pointed his rifle directly at Mark Choppa. In that moment, Mark Choppa's mind was consumed by one thought: getting home. As bullets flew and people screamed, Manley made a split-second decision that would forever change his life. He shot Smith, resulting in a fatal wound. The other attackers fled the scene, leaving behind a scene of terror, and a man's life abruptly ended. While it was later ruled a justified homicide, the incident marked the collapse of Mark Choppa's security business. He found himself haunted by the man he killed, replaying the incident over and over again in his mind, exploring different outcomes and grappling with the reality of his actions. In the aftermath of that fateful night, Mark Choppa's life was irrevocably changed. The security business he had spent his adult life building was gone, and in its place was a man grappling with the weight of his actions and their consequences. The incident served as a stark reminder of the complexities of life, the fragility of safety, and the lasting impact of a single moment in time. Today, Mark Choppa is a social media influencer who encourages to teach others about firearm safety as well as firearm rights.